Good morning, YouTube subscribers, Insightful members, and profitable PTS traders and investors. What a busy weekend it's been with Bybit losing 1.4 billion, Bitcoin continuing to consolidate, a very, very tight trading range during all of last week. And Michael Saylor coming out and basically saying that he is going to continue his buying spree. One of the most important things that all investors and traders need to understand is that market volatility, particularly in the crypto space, is going to be here for the long term. So if that's something that you can't accept as an investor and a trader, then potentially crypto is not an asset class that you want to be investing into, or you want to just be huddling and staying away from all of the news. What I have found best is that I use our Insightful PTS system to generate income, and typically that system generates income for us when markets are trending, either in an uptrend or a downtrend. In a downtrend, it actually generates quite a significant more amount of money because the volatility down or the decrease in prices happen a lot sharper, happen a lot faster. So therefore, profits flow in a lot quicker. And then I then use that additional now income to buy back into those moon bags that I'm holding over the long term. But it's been a year. I don't have most of our core spot investments are sitting in the red, apart from BTC. So I'll have an update on the Insightful portfolio and the trading strategy and how it's been going all of January and February, to be published on Friday, because that'll be the end of the month. So let's just go through and have a look at some of the news items. Like I mentioned before, Michael Saylor is going to resume his buying, and he really has recently done a convertible note of $2 billion. So what Michael Saylor is doing with his strategy is he is offering out a convertible note to investors. They then basically provide capital to or to Strategy, his rebranded company, and then he pays them, it's a 0.08% on that note. So that's an interest cost. And so his business generates income, and it will fund those interest costs if those investors choose to not convert into equity in MicroStrategies. So the benefit there is he's saying to these investors, Bitcoin is going to go up in value. You give me your capital today, I'm going to guarantee you that you can either have your capital back with an interest component, or you can convert into strategy shares in a time in the future, and that time in the future, your capital will be worth significantly more. So the investors have an option to be able to get access to, I guess, the upside of Bitcoin through a publicly listed company. But if Bitcoin goes down in value, then they can actually just get their capital back and an interest component on there. So it's a really, really smart way for him to raise capital. And what I really, really like about it is there's no margin calls. Nothing can happen to him if he decides, if the Bitcoin price goes down. He just gives the capital back, but because he has now bought so much Bitcoin, he'll just be able to leverage against that particular asset to be able to pay those people back, or he'll be able to continue to bring in new capital to be able to fund those convertible notes going out. Yeah, he has spent a lot of time in his business strategy working out the best way to fund the growth of this particular business. And Strategy was a SaaS product. So he was selling a SaaS product, trying to keep up with the HubSpots, Microsofts, Googles of the world, and he just pivoted. He was doing a whole lot of research into the future of money and what he was going to do with his business, because it was sort of failing, I guess you could say. And he then decided that becoming a Bitcoin treasury was the way to go. And so he has just completed the purchase of another 7,633 Bitcoin, worth, circa $750 million. This is why Bitcoin, or this is one of the many reasons that Bitcoin is outperforming all of your alts, all of your altcoins, because you just have this huge volume of institutional money coming into BTC, and all of the retail money is getting absolutely wrecked in Solana meme coins. So rather than all of that retail money flowing from Bitcoin into alt season and really propelling that forward, this time is different, because retail investors are playing in the meme casino, gambling away their money and just getting rugged and absolutely wrecked. And it has not been fun. And there's I'll go through in a second. So so volatility at all-time lows. So even though we have seen the Bitcoin price really consolidate or fluctuate between sort of 95,000 and 108 or 105, volatility is at an all-time low. So you're not seeing a lot of fear in the market around people's Bitcoin investments. And this is really interesting because typically when you're seeing a lot of like buying and selling or these huge red candles on the 4 hour, on the daily, that does increase significant amounts of volatility. But growth assets globally are at all-time highs. Very, very frothy. S&P, the Dow Jones, and also, well, the little Aussie ASX, not much happening there. But, you know, Saylor is continuing to drive this, and this is what's making Bitcoin volatility be a lot lower. So Lazarus Group. So who are these guys? So the Bybit hack and also the Femex wallet hack looks like it's been done by the Lazarus Group. And so they're a group based out of North Korea. They're a crime syndicate. I don't know personally whether they have any type of affiliation with the North Korean government, but they are definitely in North Korea and they are protected there because no one is doing anything. They are only hacking or becoming a nuisance or stealing people's money outside of North Korea. So very, very interesting. But yeah, 1.4 billion over the weekend. Bybit's still working to try and figure out how to get this money back. This has been a bit of a non-event. And what I mean by that is that the Bybit hack, yes, it occurred, but none of the money was actually stolen and then taken and then used. The wallet that the money, that the capital, the ETH was moved to was basically instantly frozen. Everybody was notified that this money was stolen. Everybody, and what I mean by everybody is all of your centralized exchanges, all of your decentralized exchanges. If you tried to transfer it into Tether, it would be locked. If you tried to transfer it into USDC, it would be locked. So there was no way for the hackers to actually, well, currently, there has been no way for the hackers to actually move the money from that wallet address to another wallet address or alternate addresses for them to actually get access to it, which leads you to believe that either Bitcoin, or that either Bybit will do a deal with Ethereum, or they'll do a deal with the Lazarus Group to somehow get that money back, or get that capital back, or those coins reallocated back into their treasury. But Bybit had a huge run. So they lost $1.4 billion in ETH and wrapped ETH. That came out of their treasury as part of the hack. They also then had a $3 billion bank run. And so what a bank run is, it's when individual investors come into the exchange or a bank or a financial institution and withdraw all of their capital. Now, Bybit didn't freeze anybody's account, but with the volume of transactions of people trying to remove capital, it did seem that money wasn't moving and they had frozen them. It was just simply a congestion on the network. So if you can imagine everybody trying to withdraw their ETH, their Solana, their BTC off the platform all at the same time, that creates a huge amount of network congestion, on the Bybit platform, and then B, also on all of these Web3 protocols. So Ethereum's not fast at the best of times, but when you have hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars of withdrawals all at the same time, then it congests the market, and gas fees went through the roof. So Lazarus Group, based out of North Korea, and they've been involved in many different things. So they're a cybercrime group. They're involved in the Sony hack in 2014, and also they've hacked a Bangladeshi bank in 2016. So these guys have been around for a while. They've been doing a lot of cybercrime, making themselves a lot of money, and it looks like that they are also behind all these meme coin scams, or they are one of many people basically just wrecking retail investors. So if you can think about these huge cyber criminal businesses who can just spin up new meme coins, something like 500,000 new coins were created in January, and then they have the ability to be able to then pump and dump these coins with a group of people, then they are making themselves millions and hundreds of millions and billions of dollars in revenue, because this whole space is just scam after scam after scam. And yes, there are some good meme coins that are being launched, but the likelihood of them being rugged is much higher than you being on the next winner. So yeah, if you are thinking about trading in meme coins, particularly under the $100 million market cap, then you have to be super careful, and you really have to know what you're doing. So like I mentioned before, Bybit sees over 4 billion taken off that exchange. And I guess what can make you feel comfortable about that is that even with that $4 billion worth of money flowing out of the exchange, they didn't have any liquidity problems. Their treasury is fine. Bybit is fine. Everything is still functioning the way it is. This is not a FTX-esque collapse. There is no fraud internally within Bybit. It's just basically thieves came in and stole money, or stole ETH capital from their treasury, but instantly from all of the executives, owners at Bybit, they provided loans into the Bybit platforms to ensure that they had liquidity, so that if anybody wanted to then withdraw their ETH or withdraw any of the coins that they had on the platform, they had the ability to be able to do that, which is fantastic. That should actually leave everyone with a sense of confidence in the robustness of that Bybit platform. Like I use Bybit. I have a lot of money sitting on that exchange. I didn't move any of it off. I left it all on there. So gaming, one of the narratives which should be really ringing true in this current run. We really haven't seen any games launched that have really taken consumers or customers to that next level. So we haven't seen, a Fortnite esque or game be launched in this Web3 play to earn environment where it's really grabbed a lot of people. But Katizen has. It's an interesting little business. It's a game that you can go around and play and have like little like a mini app that has cats all around it, and it's grown significantly. So it's got over 55 million players. 3 million of those are on chain, and you can actually play the game now to be have the airdrop available to you. This is not something that I play or use or invest in, but it's definitely something that I guess we can look at. Well, gaming potentially still is a narrative of this bull run, and if we can get a really fantastic game launched and AI working at the same time, where AI can just be continually building new maps, new quests, new game theory for all of the players, just to continue to move forward and move forward and move forward. I think that's going to be a very, very interesting revolution in this sort of space. And this is just the way that this game sort of looks. Not really my thing, but lots and lots of kids or lots and lots of people are into it. So with that being said, let's have a look at how Finsightful has been how the Insightful portfolio has been going. So like I mentioned before, BTC has really been just trending. Let me see if I can just make that a little bit larger for us. That's not going to work. Have to get it better set up next time. So what we have here is BTC, and then I've got all of our levels on here. Again, Bitcoin has really struggled for the last 2 weeks, breaking above that Fibonacci 50% level. We're seeing a lot of price consolidation under 100,000, and then between that sort of 95, 94,000. My prediction for this week is that we're going to see price probably test down here this weekly lows, and then bounce back up and hopefully retest this 50% mark. And we really need to see the Bitcoin price really come back up and test our all-time highs. I can't foresee that happening this particular month. So it's going to be interesting to just watch how that goes. So I'm just looking at this on a 4-hour chart, and that's sort of where we're sitting with Bitcoin as at today. Solana has really just like fallen apart. It's still sitting way down here. I haven't done my daily. I haven't looked at that yet this morning. So if I just bring my daily down here, I'm gonna put that on. So this is a Sunday candle that's about to it's about to close in. It's about to close in a couple of hours in the US. So my chart's set up on US time. So I will daily, and then daily. What's this one here? Pull this down, and then a new candle will appear on Monday. So it's going to be my day for here. Then I have a look at my weekly. And so this one, again, the weekly is about to close out as well. And so that's that one there. It's going to come down here. And then is that weekly there? And then the weekly's up here. With that down. And so there are our levels. But yeah, Solana is showing a lot of weakness. It's sitting down around here. We do have this sort of this block in here, which is acting as resistance for price to get above. We really need to see Solana have a bit of a recovery. It's in a big downtrend through here. So what's been happening with the PTS system? So we had a couple of trades go off over the weekend. Cardano, we're still in this particular trade. So this fired off at 2 o'clock US time last night. And so we're still in this. We're currently in drawdown because this yellow line here is where we entered. And we're waiting for, I guess, to see how the market opens in Australia. And then probably you're not going to see much price action really occur until we get into the Asia Open in about 6 hours. BTC, we're in this trade as well. Our trailing profit target is just here. Price is just sitting below there. I'm assuming that price is that we're either going to hit that and exit this trade as a profit, or it's going to continue to fall down here to our first profit target. That would be fantastic. When the trade was down here, it was a very profitable trade. And so this one here, it's like we own half a Bitcoin in this particular trade. So yeah, it's going to be a nice big profit if it comes down here and hits this first profit target. The PTS system, personalized trading strategies, it trades completely automatically regardless of what you're doing. So all of this happened yesterday afternoon or last night. So I think it was late last night for me, and the trade just executed. All I did was I just jumped onto my phone, ensured that Bybit had executed that particular trade correctly, and then away we go. Solana here, this is a manual trade. I didn't actually take this, but it would have been a profit. I only have 10, 1 second, I should have this on do not disturb. So Solana again exited here as a profit. I wasn't in this particular trade in the Finsightful portfolio, but in my other portfolios it was, and it exited down here at a profit target. It just didn't hit our first profit target. It basically exited through our trailing profit exit down here, which was great. But yeah, giving up those profits is a pain. But automated trading, that's just part of the deal. Still in Doge again. So we've had sort of 5 trades over the weekend. This one's sitting in a little bit of drawdown at the moment, and then Brett, this one here exited via the first profit, not the first profit. So we hit the first profit target within the first bar, and then the next hour it basically exited on our trailing profit exit. So yeah, a very profitable weekend for the PTS system. It's been a very profitable last 2 months actually with the trading. It's just a shame that all of our spot holdings are in red over the last 8 weeks. I'll be going through that whole portfolio next week. None of this has been financial advice. None of this is meant to be any advisory services to you. This is meant for education and entertainment purposes. Please do your own research. If you'd like to find out more about Finsightful, come and join us at school. There'll be a link down in the show notes. We're also running a one-day event on the 15th of March in Sydney, which we will be teaching everybody how to actually use the personalized trading strategies system, and we'll be building in person live 10 strategies so that you will be guaranteed to be a profitable trader within the next day. And so part of that is if you sign up for our annual subscription, you will be allowed to come along to that day. I'll personally be there as well as some of our coaches, and we will be teaching you 1, how to trade, and then 2, setting up your PTS system so that you will be a profitable trader. And then part of that is that within 90 days, we are guaranteeing that you will be a profitable trader within that 90 days, or we will refund your annual subscription. Have a wonderful day. Market scan tomorrow night again, and then I'll see you on Friday. Have a great week.